So, what we're diving into today, it's not just some story. Think of it more like a blueprint for a pretty dark and powerful transformation. We're going to follow this journey through the stages of, well, unbecoming. It's this process of shedding your humanity to become something else entirely, something terrifying and, yeah, something absolute. Okay, so you picture this. Our journey starts right here, on these jagged cliffs of the old world. You've got this wanderer, and he's just watching. Watching as everything that ever defined him, every moral, every code, all those gilded chains just dissolves into the sea. And you gotta understand, this is no fall from grace. Nope. This is a choice. He's deliberately unburdening himself, making room for a whole new kind of power. All right, stage one, summoning the Crimson Storm, a necessary end. And that title says it all, right? The very first step here isn't about creating something. It's about annihilation. Before you can build anything new, you have to burn the old world to the ground. It's all about clearing the board, wiping that slate totally clean, so a new kind of ruler can rise from the ashes. And how does he do it? Well, this is where it gets wild. He literally summons the Wild Hunt, this storm of pure frenzy that turns the whole sky crimson. It creates what the text calls a bloody horizon. And what's that for? A harvest of all souls, innocent, villainous, doesn't matter. He's creating a total moral vacuum on purpose, knowing that he's the only one who's going to be strong enough to fill it. This whole act has a name, a really key concept here. Untergang. Now, this isn't just mindless destruction, smashing things for the fun of it. It's way more calculated. Think of it like a strategic demolition. It's a planned downfall, a clearing of a dead era, all designed to make way for a new architect. And guess who that is? Yep, him. So that clearing, that Untergang, it's the necessary first step for the next phase, the Übergang. That means a dark transition, a passage. See, the harvest wasn't just an ending. It's the raw material for this massive transformation he's about to undergo. The old world had to die so this new self could even begin to exist. Okay, so the outside world is in total chaos. Now the focus shifts inward. Stage 2, carving the mad runes. This is all about rewriting the soul, a ritualistic destruction of the self. So how in the world do you rewrite a soul? Well, you need a new language, and that's where the mad runes come in. They're described as the fractured alphabet of the absolute. And this isn't just some fancy metaphor. These runes are a literal tool for a deep, fundamental corruption of the mind. And the process itself? Wow, it's visceral. I mean, look at this. He takes an actual shard of the void and carves this corrupting alphabet right into his own flesh. The whole point is to physically bleed out his humanity. He wants to watch his pity, his fear, all of it just drain into the dirt, making him an empty vessel, ready to be filled with this new alien void energy. So what's the takeaway here? This whole ritual, it literally rewires his brain. It acts like a cognitive virus, It just completely overwrites the old operating system of human logic. His spirit isn't holding on to mortal thoughts anymore. No, now it's a high-tension conductor, just humming with the power of that storm he's creating. Okay, so he's cleared the world, he's hollowed out his own soul, he's prepped the canvas. Now he's ready for stage 3, inhabiting the chaos magic. This is about becoming the storm itself, getting an infusion of pure chaotic power. And it happens just like that. A bolt of divine lightning tears right through the rational veil of the world. But pay attention to the language here. It doesn't just strike him or empower him, it inhabits his prepared mind. That's a huge difference. He's not just wielding this chaos magic anymore. He is the storm. He's the core of it. And you can imagine, this completely flips his perception of reality on its head. He's ditching the old paradigm, logic, reason, what's called scientific illusions. And what does he get in return? This new, terrifying awareness of what reality actually is, the raw, underlying frenzy of existence itself. So what was the point of all that lightning? Well, this quote just nails it. The lightning was there to shatter the God-sized cage of morality. That was the last thing tying his soul to the old, dead world. And with that cage shattered, every single restraint is finally gone. So, what happens when a person becomes a literal storm of pure will? Well, that brings us to stage 4, reality's warped mirror. His internal transformation starts to, well, bleed out. It starts to actively reshape the physical world around him. And check out how it actually shows up in the world. It's totally surreal. Industrial landscapes just warp. Steel cities start to vibrate with his own malevolent purpose, like they're alive. The line between himself and the other, the outside world, it just evaporates. Reality is now nothing more than a shifting mirror, reflecting his own fragmented, powerful mind.
How is this even possible? Because he can now perceive something called deville, the will. It's the raw, underlying force of existence that he can now see and, well, manipulate. So while everyone else, the uninitiated, just sees a total collapse of sanity, he sees the absolute truth of it all. And he can play with it.
And this really makes you think, doesn't it? What happens when one single mind gets the power to reshape the entire world to match its own image? I mean, the implications are just staggering. We're almost there. The transformation is nearly complete, but it needs one last thing, a final venomous catalyst to lock it all in place. And what is it? A tarantula. One marked with the rune of the Tyrant King. It strikes his arm, but this isn't a poison meant to kill him. It's an injection, a toxic gift. It's pumping him full of the ancient energy of the Absolute, giving him the mad vitality he needs to fuel this new divinity he's achieved. But you know, power like this always has a price, and it's a terrible, ongoing cost. To keep this state of fervor, he has to constantly sacrifice every old version of himself. He's perpetually burning his past as fuel. It's the only way for him to finally master what's called the cosmic joke of existence. And that brings us to the end. Stage 6, crowned in willed madness. The wanderer we started with, he's gone. Completely. In his place stands Wotan, the Mad Rune King, the architect of a brand new and absolutely terrifying reality. This quote, I think, just captures the whole paradox of what he's done. His success is a tragic triumph of horrific isolation. I mean, think about it. He's won. He has all the power. But he's utterly alone, the only one who gets the worlds he's created. And weirdly enough, that isolation becomes his greatest strength. It proves all the fervor he needs comes from inside himself. So this is who he is now. He's not a man anymore. He's a cosmic force. He is the lightning that strikes the tower. He is the rune that breaks the mind. And he is the ruler over the end of all things, his things. And that's where this journey leaves us, with a really heavy question. Is this the ultimate triumph of the will? To achieve that much power, that much perception? Or is it the ultimate tragedy? An eternity of power, but spent completely, utterly alone. What do you think?